Hello. Well, those were some retro sounds going on. Yep, this game's loading screen, or network communication screen, is a dung beetle. Rolling the internet. Of course. Just until you can barely see the image. But what about dynamic contrast? What about all the other issues? Brightness, a little bit of brightness is good for the audience. For the YouTube audience. Alright, so this is Let It Die, from Grasshopper Manufacturer / Suda51, the people that brought us Shadows of the Damned, Lollipop Chainsaw, Travis Touchdown, what's this game called? No More Heroes.
In the year 2026 AD, the Earth-rage tectonic disturbance occurred around the world, splitting the Earth into 4 terrestrial masses. Domination, war, disaster, and famine broke out in the Four Lands, and mankind fell into disarray. In the center of the world, a single tower rose steeply into the sky. It was a great structure looking down upon the Earth from the heavens above. People believed that it held the key to the future. It became known as the Tower of Barbs, a place at which one could come closest to God.
Another new arrival. Looks like things are about to get busy around here.
Here we are. So this game actually came out about a month ago, and I completely missed it at first because it came out in the middle of the giant December rush, and kind of hard to keep track of games at some point. There was just so damn many of them. So I'm going into this slightly less blind than normal, and that's because it's a free-to-play game, and I was afraid that I might be getting myself into something nasty here, so I wanted to do some research about the game. What I came away with is that it seems to be vaguely, if I were to draw comparisons, it's kind of like a Dead Rising Rogue Legacy type game. I say that because it seems that it's a third-person action game with a somewhat awkward character where you're sort of grabbing what you can and improvising weapons and armor and even consumables while you're fighting off groups of enemies and trying to explore an environment. And I say Rogue Legacy a little bit because while the game does have permadeath and roguelike elements, it also has persistent upgrades that you get for your base and things like that. And there's a few ways of circumventing the permadeath elements of the game, which is part of the whole free-to-play part, is they expect you to be buying coins to revive your characters, which I think I'm going to completely avoid doing. And we'll see how it goes. Hello. So you can choose a male or female character. Maybe we'll alternate, since I'll probably be making a lot of characters. It'd probably be easy to keep track of them all if they don't look the same as each other. And I think they're actually reanimated corpses, so that's terrifying. I think we're just taking over a series of corpses on this train over and over again and sending them out to try to do things.
Senpai! I was waiting for you. This is your first time riding Line 15, huh? I know, it's not a very well-known line. admit. Anyway, this is the last stop.
Well, Grasshopper still has their aesthetic, whatever we're gonna call it. It's a thing, whatever it is. Hi. This is the last stop, huh? Also, alright, so pause screen brings this up. Looks like, much like Dark Souls, it doesn't actually pause the game. It looks like everyone's still running around and doing whatever. Got multiple currencies, which is what you expect from free-to-play. They have a rainbow skull thing, a coin thing, and a flame thing. That might be some kind of soul. My character's name is Mitchell. I didn't get to name them, but that's probably for the best, otherwise I'd spend too much time trying to name everybody. We have a bag size, experience required to level up, a whole bunch of different stats, with little meters to indicate some concept of how high they can get. Maybe turn down things that aren't voiced just slightly, make sure subtitles are on. Good. Alright, but friend, what do you got for me? So people compare this game to Dark Souls. I hesitate to do that just because there's often not as much reason to compare as people give. So this is my left trigger. This is my right trigger. I think it might just be what hand I start off with. You'll notice that when I attack, my heart starts lighting up. That's this game's stamina. The more you move around, the more it starts beating heavier and heavier. Let's try to override it. There we go. It goes orange, then like reddish, then bright pink. And once it's pink, you're just screwed. And you have to stop and hesitate. I kind of wish it was just a meter, honestly, but it's not. Alright, so left on the D-pad changes my left weapons, right on the D-pad changes my right weapons, so that is the Dark Souls item equipment system, where we use 3 things at once. Down the D-pad opens this menu. This is a map. Looks like the left side is a local mini-map, and the right side is an organizational map that shows you how all the different areas are connected. So they give you both of them simultaneously. You can even click the individual sticks to zoom the individual screens. That's bizarre. Triangle toggles a key. Okay. Well, things got weird fast. Hello. Radical skateboarding, not particularly tall Grim Reaper with silly glasses that calls me senpai. This place is beautiful, by the way, this entire room. What a striking visual. Alright, let's do this. The camera moves a little fast.
Oh yeah, here, take this. It's called an underwater Rolodex, and it's super important. I forgot to mention, my name is Uncle Death. I have a feeling we're gonna get along just fine.
How weird is the little blue beam in my chest, by the way? What was that up there? Was that Uncle Death? Did he teleport again? So my understanding is the reason why this game's called Let It Die is because everything's temporary in this game. Your weapons degrade, your consumables are temporary, your characters themselves are temporary because they can die permanently, and because I think you even get progressively better characters from a basic level over time, kind of like how in Rogue Legacy you would unlock better versions of various classes and kind of not have use for the old ones anymore. We'll see how it goes. It's a cool reflection effect. It doesn't make sense for the most part, because you can see that the reflection doesn't actually match anymore. Down there it made sense, now I'm in a hallway and it still shows me the same reflection. But that constant light everywhere kind of looks cool. Welcome TDM, express only. No! So can I go through here? Nope. Just this door. I like the art style so far. So much like Rogue Legacy, I would expect some element of repetition in this playthrough. So it may ask an element of patience from both the player and the viewer in the case of the Let's Play series, because you may be seeing the same locations and bosses periodically. We'll see how it plays out, because I don't really have the best idea.
Hey, senpai, it's me! This device here, as all the cool kids call it, is a smartphone. I'll be keeping in touch.
There's a visual. So while I've done mild research to prep myself a little bit and to investigate the nature of the free-to-play, I have not really spoiled the progression or much of the game for myself, really. How to operate. Oh my god, that's all of the controls. Thank you for playing Let It Die on the Death Drive 128. Please read Barb's Bible thoroughly to aid you in your brutality. You can view it anytime using the Underworld Rolodex. Oh, the screen scrolls apparently. You can open the Underworld Rolodex with the options menu, and there's a little Superman down there. Why not? Alright, so... yeah, the triggers are how I attack with my hands. Apparently there's an aim with two-handed guns on the left side. I can guard with circle or dodge by using a direction with it. Jump is square, interact, move camera. It's pretty straightforward. So here's guard. And if I'm holding a direction before, it does that. You can't roll while doing this. You have to be pressing the direction first. And you cannot roll a lot before this character gets exhausted and starts getting himself killed, so we have to be careful about that too.
Yeah! Let's go! Your first enemy is up ahead! Go ahead, senpai. There are 3 levels of punches.
Gotcha. Nope.
If your heart rate gets too high, you'll start to get exhausted. So take it easy, buddy.
Ow. That's bad. Oh, so he's really weak, apparently. I got counter damage for hitting him midway through his own strike. There it goes. So they made this first encounter pretty easy, then. Let's be careful with that heart rate. Once it starts to glow, I'm in trouble.
Whoa! Not bad! That last hit was killer. Pick up any equipment dropped by your enemies. Equip dropped items to gain power. You know, the usual process.
So now I've got a weapon. I've got my own hammer. And yeah, you can clearly see a durability meter under it, so I've got to worry about that. That's where the little bit of Dead Rising comes in, is I'm going to be grabbing a bunch of weapons to try to deal with these enemies, and they're not going to last. I might be able to craft something really good, though. That's usually how those kind of games play out, is you can usually do improvised crafting or combination weapons that usually are more effective. About equipment. Equipment types, weapons that are left and right hands, or 3 types of armor: head, upper body, and lower body. So there's only 3 slots for actual armor in the game. Durability. Every piece of equipment has durability, which decreases each time it is used. When the durability reaches 0, the equipment will break, so be careful. 1 two-handed weapons. There are single-handed weapons, which you can equip in either hand, or double-handed weapons, which you can only equip one of. It's your choice which weapon to become proficient with. Death bags. You can store and carry the various items you find in the tower in your death bag. And quick change is just saying to use the D-pad? Yeah. Which I can do here. So like, normal punch.
Yeah,
actual weapon.
You should be able to jump and shimmy up there somehow.
Rage moves. In this game, you can unleash rage moves, techniques which are stronger than regular attacks. If you use them effectively, you will have an advantage in battle. The rage gauge. Each time you deal damage to an enemy, your rage gauge will build. This will increase in level until it reaches the maximum. When it's full, hold triangle as you attack to unleash a powerful rage move with your equipped weapon. The number of gauges used up by your rage move depends on the weapon you are holding, and now that superhero, instead of being a man, is an adorable dog. Akita, probably? Oh, got some ranks immediately. We have 3 ranks of rage right now. Anyone here to fight me?
Hey, up ahead, Tail of Suspicious. Time for some killing.
Well, there they are. Level 3 and level 5, and they're armed.
You can either block or evade enemy attack.
Rage. Oh, that was a bad idea. Should have gotten out of the way of that one.
Time to let out all that pent-up rage.
Oh, think I walked into his weapon and took some more hits. Are you shooting me? Oh, you are shooting me. That's how I'm taking damage. Okay. And my weapon's broken already. That was fast. Watch out. He's got a nail gun. Can I use this person's weapon? Where is it? Ah. It's a bad time to do that. Aha! Cover. Uh-oh. If you could politely die for me, it would be much appreciated. There we go.
That was pretty sweet.
So what I'm noticing is that we don't take a lot of stamina damage from attacking. It's much more everything else. So I've got nothing on me right now, so getting this equipment would probably help. Let's see, you need 200 hit points to use it. You lose 5% shock damage and attack, but gain fire resistance and probably poison resistance? Huh. You actually might be losing more than I'm gaining a little bit. Although it does have a flat defense stat, which I think is probably the most important thing. Alright, now I'm wearing a shirt. Just putting on people's naked clothes, like you do. Yep, 15 out of 30 leg armor. So I assume that if this stuff wasn't busted, it'd probably be more effective for me. Maybe I could repair it to get the rest of it out, I hope. Anyone here? No weapons from those guys, by the way. I only got their weird gear. So I don't think there's a lock on. I can try again, because there might be a few buttons they haven't told me about yet. But none of the buttons so far were lock-ons in the menus I saw, I don't think. Which would not hurt. Eating mushrooms. You will encounter various types of mushrooms in this game. They have many uses, but here we'll explain their role as food items. Eating growing mushrooms. When you draw close to a mushroom, you can consume it quickly by pressing the eat icon, which will be displayed. Eating mushrooms in your bag. When you put mushrooms in your death bag, they will be displayed in the flick box at the top right of the screen. Flick on the mushroom you want to eat with the touchpad, and eat it by clicking the right side of the touchpad button. Okay. Okay, so I use the touchpad to flick around in a different menu that's separate from the D-pad to navigate your consumables, and then you click the right side of the touchpad to actually eat it. That may take some nuance to get used to. Okay, now it's not even an animal. Now the superhero is just a rice bowl. Why not? Not all mushrooms are beneficial to the player. Some mushrooms contain poison that can result in death, so be careful. I got this?
Eat mushrooms. That's a given.
Let's put it in the bag for now. So now it's in my flick bag. So I could touchpad through them if I had more than one of them total. That one has a... What does that even mean? Let's go to the death bag. Yoga healing, 10 seconds. So it must make me stop and heal for a while. Probably makes me very vulnerable to attacks, so I need to do it carefully. Hey. Gear elements. There are 6 types of equipment. Slashing, blunt, piercing, fire, lightning, and poison. You can hold up to 2 types of weapon at the same time. It's important to pay attention to the type of armor the enemy is wearing and manage your weapons accordingly. Armor has a defensive value that varies with the type. It's important to pay attention to the enemy's weapon and switch accordingly. Hi. Ooh, a crossbow. Okay. Put that in my left hand. Now I've got a ranged weapon on one hand, and I can punch with the other one. Now if only I can get a melee weapon for my main hand. Is that another human person over there? Oh, more mushrooms. Add you to the pile. Now I've got 2 of you. So we basically have the normal Dark Souls weapon and shield, but we also have the item consumables. But instead of it being something I access for pressing down on the D-pad to cycle through them, I now flick the touchpad to go through them because down is mapped to the map instead. Hello? You look stuck.
Hi, wanna give me some of those mushrooms?
She seems to be having trouble. Tell me a secret thing. Throwing mushrooms. You'll encounter both mushrooms and beasts in this game. Let's look at how to throw mushrooms. Mushroom throw mode. Choose a mushroom you wish to throw by flicking the touchpad to select one, and click the left side of the touchpad button to switch to throw mode. In this mode, you can throw mushrooms by pressing X. So right side of the touchpad will use it, but then left side of the touchpad will throw it away. Here we go. Well, she seems friendly, and probably has terrible breath right now. How did she puke through the mask? Why did the mushroom maker puke? I thought it just puts you in, like, yoga healing. Now I'm concerned. Well, she's fine one way or another. That was a freaky mask. Gore-tastic attack. When you make an enemy groggy, that's when you can unleash a gore-tastic coup de grace. These moves are so awesomely brutal that you might even want to cover your eyes. Make an enemy groggy. By unleashing a continuous barrage of attacks on the enemy, you can make them groggy. Of course, this can happen to your character as well, so take care. By approaching an enemy in a groggy state, hold Y and press the attack button. A gore-tastic attack will activate depending on the weapon used. If you defeat an enemy using a gore-tastic attack, you will receive more rewards than usual. Don't hold back now. That's a fish being chopped up, but he's still a superhero, and he don't need no man. What is happening?
Senpai! Can't wait to see your next battle! Or you're gonna get killed!
Hi! Oh my god. They closed the door behind me. That wasn't very nice. Hi. No. No. Oh. Yes. Fight, 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 fight. No, fight each other. Hit each other. Go, go, go. Oh, crap. Okay, that didn't work. That did not work as planned. Okay, that didn't work as planned. I wouldn't mind having one less problem to deal with right now. Ow. Holy crap. I'm not off to a good start with this game. Yes, hit him again. Yes.
When your opponent is knocked out.
Ow. Murder. Oh my god.
Brutal.
I wish I had more hit points though. We'll just try to be careful. I'm running out of ammo, aren't I? Ow. God damn it. It's a lot of setup to use that attack and then it doesn't even stun him. Ah, crap. Alright, the controls are gonna take some time to get used to, I guess. Whoa. That would have been way cooler if it... Oh, I have more ammo. It reloaded. Now that was a great job on my part. So I'm trying to bait out an attack, obviously. There we go. Ooh. Oh, come on. Stop missing. I desperately need that to not happen. Yes. You piece of shit!
I like it. Wanna try again? Oh wait, let me put the title logo up real quick. You know how these things go. Woohoo!
Let it die.
Thank you for listening to this voice guidance system. let us embark on a journey of discovery about the many wonders of the Tower of Barbs. The Tower of Barb is located on the tiny 3.7 square mile island of South Tokyo. Legend has it that this island was formed during the ravaged tectonic disturbance of 2026. The tower stands at 1,686 feet, the equivalent of a 30-story building with super-high ceilings. Many say that the tower is actually growing with each passing year. Legend has it that a great treasure lies at the top of the tower. As such, many brave people often attempt to climb the tower to obtain those riches. However, none have managed to survive the tower's horrific trials, and thus the tower stands as a grim reminder of the many lives lost in search of this mythical treasure. I hope that you too will enjoy your climb of the tower and experience the many wonders that it has to offer.
Ah, finally waking up. You seem sleepy, so I turned it off. Huh? I'm talking about the Death Drive 128, of course, man. You were just playing it, remember? Hey, pretty cool, huh? Pretty badass? It's the best game console ever, and this game, let it die. It's probably the greatest game ever made. Yeah! The goal of the game is pretty simple. Just make it to the top of the Tower of Barbs. It's like a hack and slash, roguelike kind of a thing. Hey, dude, you're a gamer, aren't you? Then you'll totally be fine. Just try it out. I'll set it up for you. Okay, all ready to go? Let's get started! I'll start the game.
Okay. I have questions. Okay, also, charming stuff happening here. Also meta? Like, multiple meta layers happened in a row where he started talking to your corpse, and is like, hey, you wanna try again? And then we zoom out to an arcade, and then, but we're given this crazy legend of this horrible tower people are dying to try to climb, but is the tower a real thing, or is it only in a video game, and is the video game inside of another video game, and is death real? Because he was inside of the video game and outside of the video game, so that only makes it more confusing. And is this even the same video game, or is this another game that has the same name? Hi. Okay. Maybe this is the real main menu of this game, and we just opened into the other one when I launched it? 1 million bodies and growing. Message from our operations team. European Digital Store is live. Okay, so I think this is the actual start menu of this game that I just hadn't seen before. Log in every day to pick up awesome gifts. Okay. Okay. So can I... Let's exit out then. So this is... Yeah, this must be the real start menu.
Let it die.
Oh yeah. Now we get to actually pick our characters. Alright, we'll switch to the other one this time. Going back and forth. That's a terrifying way to stand up. And we're back. So I guess, maybe this game takes after Dark Souls a little more than expected, in that it has the item switching system, an inventory system, and stamina system, and apparently now also has the same... Hello, that's different from before. It also has the part where you do a prologue where you die at the end, where it teaches you all the mechanics via a series of messages that are just along a linear hallway. Then you die and start over. Although I changed characters, which is a little different. What are you, sarcastic Zeus? Okay. Yes, I'm sure you'll do fine. Waiting room, the hub of your adventure. This is the waiting room of the station, the bottom of Barbs. The last stop in line 15. Situated under the Tower of Barbs, this room contains many interesting features. Just what are you waiting for, you ask? Perhaps the question should be, what is waiting for you? When you want to quit playing, please select back to title from the options menu when you are in the waiting room. If you quit the game outside the waiting room, it will be treated as a death, so be careful. Ooh. So alright, so this is going to be one of those games. So, because it demands long sessions, just be prepared that there may be times where there's gaps between episodes, just because it might not be the type of game where I can just play for a half an hour real quick if I need an episode for the day. I might require longer sessions, and I want to give it the proper space it needs. We'll see. Cooking mushrooms. You'll encounter mushrooms in this game, so let's take a look at how to prepare them. You can cook mushrooms by grilling them. Select a mushroom in your possession you wish to grill, click the left side of the touchpad button to switch to throw mode. In this mode, you can grill the mushroom by approaching a fire in a stage and pressing X. Some mushrooms cannot be grilled. It's impossible. They have grill repellent inside them. You can also just throw them into the fire to grill them. Their effects change when you grill them, so be experimental with your cooking. That's a mushroom superhero. Why not? Hello? That appears to be the lady we saved. I don't know if she was covered in as many lines back then, but that's definitely the hair and bizarre bull mask. Everyone's got a breathing mask, probably because of the mushrooms or something. Like fungal spores are everywhere. Last of Us. Mushroom Club. This shop opens after you rescue the Mushroom Magistrate, the owner of the shop. They will deal with skill decals formed with mushroom powder. What are skill decals? Attaching decals to a fighter's body will benefit the player with various effects. There are many designs and functions. Once a decal is attached, if the fighter dies or if the decal is removed, it will disappear. Purchasing. You can buy skill decals using kill coins. You can sell skill decals in your possession. Since you can't get rid of them, you may as well sell those you have no use for. Trading. If you bring the bronze skill shroom, silver skill shroom, or gold skill shroom, the magistrate will, seeking to the store, she will trade them for skill decals. You can spend kill coins, not skill coins, kill coins to drink some mushroom stew, which the mushroom magistrate has put her heart into making. It's an important detail. As a bonus, a premium decal is always inside. These decals are different to standard ones. They will not disappear if the fighter they are attached to is killed. Oh. You can keep decals past the death of this fighter. Now they're wet superhero mushrooms. That's creepy and weird. How do you keep aren't decals physically attached to the body of the fighter? How do you keep them after the fighter dies? To revert to your inventory somehow back at home, or do you have to go back and get the fighter? I do believe there is a way to kill... I believe you can get fighters back. My understanding is that if a fighter dies out in the world, they become a hater, which is like a Dark Souls invader, in that it's you can encounter haters out in the wild, which are enemy players that attack you, but they're not it's not multiplayer. They're not controlled by a player. It's just their character attacking you. So it's like how Neo did it, or Nio. I think it's Neo, the samurai Dark Souls game, where you could challenge other people's characters by touching their bloodstains. Except in this game, it happens against your will. But if you die, you become a hater in other people's worlds. That your physical body gets showing up in there, but you can also go find yourself in your game and defeat them, and I think that lets you get your character back. But you have to get back to where you were and defeat your character, which means you need to have another character that's powerful enough to take down your existing character and get there in the first place, and so on. We'll see how that plays out, because I don't know the specifics very well.
Oh, how I've been waiting for you, fellow believer, in the power of mushrooms.
Oh my god. It's a mushroom ladle.
The secret of my success. The secret of my success. The secret of my success.
I thought she was gonna say something, but she just chanted. I can change decals, buy the stew, or buy the decal. Okay? Change decals, I don't have any, right? Nope. Oh wow, that's every single slot, huh? Okay. I like how, by the way, I like how she's like, she looks like she's doing superhero poses or something. I don't have any money, so this is not useful, but let's look at what they do. Increase attack and defense by 30% when your hit point is 30. Oh, when your hit points are low. Reduce falling damage. Rate at which stamina increases when during dodge goes down by 30. So like, there's some good stuff here. Plus 7 attack. Requires 50% of the necessary vitality to equip weapons and armor. So you can reduce all of the different stat requirements for items, basically. Equipping DoD arms items to the head, upper body, and leg slots will decrease defense by 20%. Oh, never mind. These are not more pages. They're just sorting the other ones. Like you can get to the discount ones, the reduced stat requirement ones, all in one place. For example. All right. So they cost you a decent chunk of coin, ranging from 4,000 to 10,000. I think is the overall range. We have 0, so we so far don't have any concept of how much they might even cost. The mushroom stew. Whoa, the stew cost you 50,000. Did it ever tell me what the stew did? I think I thought it just said that she put her heart into it.
There's nothing. There's no love. Nothing makes sense.
She's crazy. All right. Also, that thing's just spinning. It just keeps going. Oh, cool, a fire. So you can use this to cook if you have anything to cook. My inventory's empty because I just started. Hello. We'll get to that in a moment. Loading. There we go. DH Service. We've teamed up with the insurance company Direct Hell to offer a special service to support players. It's called DH Service, and you can access and sign up for it in the options menu. Remember, you'll need some of the special currency known as death metal to sign up, though. You can buy express passes from the PlayStation Store. You can also buy death metal and other helpful packs. Death metal exchange. You can exchange death metal for kill coins. The exchange rate is 1 death metal for 5,000 kill coins. Is that what the coins? Is that just what the coins are called? Is kill coins? So it costs you 5,000 currency to get a death metal. DH Express. Do you often shout, I want to climb the tower faster, or I want to play more efficiently? No, I do not, because the game just started, stupid. Well, that can be yours with the purchase of Express Pass using death metal. After you purchase and use an Express Pass, the 3 services below will become available to you for 30 days. 1. Once a day you will receive a limited decal as a login bonus. These skill decals have a variety of effects. This is just talking about the Express Pass that I'm probably not going to get. Probably not. Yeah, a 30-day timed bonus. Anyway, expanded storage. You can expand the storage room using death metal. For 2 death metal, you can buy another 10 slots. These slots will always be usable. That sounds like a great idea. Using death metal, you can reduce the time it takes to perform R&D upgrades at Choco Funsha. Continue insurance. A manager will explain this to you at the appropriate time. There we go. So, I've been warned that I should not use death metal to revive characters. I should use the other mechanics that exist in the game to revive characters and instead use the death metal elsewhere because it's a premium currency and not going to be around forever. I believe the storage is actually the smart way to handle it. Are you interactive? That's a creepy little hand, and it's moving. What are these things? That's freaky. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Alright, well, let's get acquainted with this place. It's going to be important for the rest of the game, I'm sure. Is that interactive? What is this? Oh, weird. They're like vending machines, covered in weird runes and wires. This is a really cool little hub world. Like, that, it just looks neat. Rewards box. All quest rewards are placed within this box. In addition to login bonuses and presents from Captain Yotsuyama, Make sure to collect your prizes from here after you earn them. Do I get a login bonus for being my first day? Whoa. I have an express 1-day pass, a solo shelter, 2 solo shelters, a barbed meat half portion, SP lithium, splithium. Oh, that's the splithium's the fire icon we saw on the currency type. Half portion, 10,000 kill coins. So yeah, the coins are kill coins. Login bonus, that's vague. Login bonus times 4. Okay, let's try the kill coins first. Yes. So I have a starting amount of kill coins and splithium. I don't think you lose that stuff, do you? A solo shelter. An invisibility cloak lets you rest without returning to the weight room, only usable in safe places. Maybe I'll only grab one of those, just in case I lose it or something. What's my login bonus? Ooh. It's a crush room. 50% attack up for 30 seconds. Are these coins? Oh yeah, plus 4 rainbow skulls. Express 1-day pass. You got an express day taster pass. Is that supposed to say tester? Well, I'm supposed to have storage, so maybe I can put the shelter in that. Let's grab the other shelter. Barbed meat half portion. Half portion of juicy meat from the Tower of Barbs restores 50% health. 50% health. Okay. That thing is big. Alright, so let's try this out. So yeah, gonna have to be careful here, but you can touch the touchpad to slowly scroll. And you can quickly end up going too fast if you're not careful, so I'll have to get the exact feeling down over time, or I'll mess up when I'm trying to not die. Storage chest. It's capable of holding any of the materials the player carries in their death bag, including equipment, mushrooms, and beasts. Beasts? Okay. So how much storage do I have? Store, take out. Store. Let's put one of my portions for food here. I'll put a shelter and a food there. I'm worried this character might abruptly and stupidly die because I'm new at the game, so let's maybe not give them everything, because I think they might keep all the items on them if I die. So I think you need to make the return trip if you want to loot, if you want to keep stuff. Chokufunsha. Commodore Suzuki is the manager of the store. You can give him the blueprints and materials that you find in the tower and ask him to develop equipment. After the equipment has been developed, it can be mass-produced and sold in the store. Finding things to be sold in the store, however, is the player's responsibility. If you obtain blueprints... if you have blueprints obtained from the tower in your death bag, when you enter Chokufusha, Commodore Suzuki will analyze them for you. You can purchase weapons and armor. Once you have purchased a piece of equipment, it will be temporarily out of stock. You can sell items in your position. R&D. If you gather materials specified by a blueprint, you will be able to request research and development. On such occasions, you will also require splithium obtained by defeating a specific enemy. The research development will take some time. When the research is finished, the items will appear in the shop and can be bought for as many times as you need them. Strengthening. Once research has been conducted on a piece of equipment, you will be able to strengthen it. Materials are required each time you strengthen equipment. Now it's a rocket superhero. Because of course it is.
Welcome. Our express service is all you need to climb the tower. Bring me the materials and blueprints, and I'll make anything. However, I'll be needing some of your things in return. I use that energy to make the goods. Get it?
Alright. Psychedelic bowl cut Hitler. That's what we're looking at today. And he's got... Oh yeah, he's wearing one of those hats. He's bizarre. Okay. Can't buy anything at all. He must not even have anything to sell yet. You can sell directly from your storage chest or your inventory. Nothing I have right now seems particularly valuable compared to my 10 grand that I have on me already. We have to be careful because apparently I have a maximum amount of gold I can even carry in the first place. And R&D is not an option yet either. So we basically can't do anything here yet. Good to know. I think that's all we have to explore around here. That's the sarcastic Thor dude over there. This appears to be an elevator that I can't interact with. Probably because I haven't unlocked any floors, because we're at the beginning. There's a left and right thing over here. Restroom for men and women. Why? She's tied to the toilet. That's terrifying. Okay, so go left. The wall's broken down anyway. Mostly urinals, mostly toilets. What do you do here? This is a strange sight. This might be a joke room, or maybe it'll come up later in some context. I guess we'll have to see. How strange is that? Okay. Sure. We've met some colorful characters already. I think that's all the tutorials we have for here. So what's the deal with this thing? Uncle Prime. This is a service where Uncle Death will deliver the player presents on his beloved Deathmobile free of charge. It not just a login bonus, it Uncle Prime. Box contents. The contents of the boxes are random. You must be excited to find out what's inside, so fling open any box you see. Two-handed weapon, Glinty Magnum. Oh. It's a two-handed gun. Okay. There we go. Now the question is, how do I equip weapons? Let's find out. Let's see. Right here? Alright, so now I'm holding it in both hands, right? There we go. So there's my aim with left trigger and shoot with right trigger, I believe. I'm not going to test it because I'd lose an ammo. Oh. Those are three very different escalators. Two of them go upstairs, one of them goes into a nightmare hole. Cool. What's your deal? We can't go that way. Let's try the small ones? Oh, I can't. Up we go then. And we'll just try not to become super dead. That drum soundtrack. What's the deal here? Oh yeah, nothing can go wrong here. Definitely not gonna explode or anything. Okay, how many of them are there gonna be? That's so many back-to-back doors. That's bizarre. And that looks like the room I just died in. Oh, maybe they'll introduce the idea of what happens to my previous death. Also, how did you get your underwear to tie that closely to your butthole? Like, what the hell? How does it go in the crack? What is it made of? Is it just is it painted on? Is it not even clothes? Oh yeah, that's me. Look at the rain jacket.
Look, there you are from before. The old you is nothing but a raging maniac now. You have to kill him before he kills you.
Oh crap, he's got a crossbow. That's bad news. Ow. Oh, my gear exploded. Off, apparently. Oh, maybe that's not an elevator then. It says collected fighter. There we go. That's the thing we heard about, how you can get your characters back. Let's put my gear back on. I get to keep it after all. Oh, only some of it. Well, congratulations, you're almost wearing pants. Haterification. If your fighter exhausts their hit points in this game, they will die and be resurrected as an enemy, called a hater. When a fighter dies, they will transform into an enemy roaming around the floor in which they met their demise. Such fighters are called haters. If you assume control of a new fighter and defeat the hater, they will be retrieved and stored in the fighter freezer. If you let them be and they defeat another player, the rewards will be sent to your reward box. So apparently, if you let your character die somewhere and you don't go after them at all, and you just let them roam around forever, then they can actually give you rewards just for existing. So even your failures in this game can actually become rewards in a way. All enemies with names displayed in orange are haters. They might be one of your haters or a hater that was once a different player. In either case, they are far stronger than most of your other enemies you will face. Watch out for them. Hey, he's on a humanoid body again. Granted, it's a robot, but still. Wonderful 101 apparently. Okay, let's take a look at that then. I might as well check back. Also, might as well check to see if there's some way of just healing back at base, because we can establish whether or not that's a mechanic or not. But I can also go investigate my character, and then we'll probably call it an episode. Since this is my intro one, I've probably let it run, and this is probably still part one, despite being almost an hour in. Because I knew that I had a feeling there's gonna be a lot of tutorial stuff going on. So let's just let this run and get the full breadth of the setup going on here. Here we go. So there's a map of where I'm going right now. There's two locks there. One looks like it's unlocked, one that looks like it's not. It even shows where I ran around, where I killed that guy. Where I killed myself and got myself 500 coins. You picked up them trucker pants. That's neat how it'll recap what I've been doing so far. This could be a cool playthrough. We'll see. Mingo head. What do you do? Oh. It's ripping my equipment out of my character and adding them to my pool in the top corner. That's alarming. Radical? Is that a time limit? What? I can't interact with it. It must be a time limit then. Is that 19 hours and 55 minutes? Is that how long I have to wait to use that? Oh, you're here now. Hello. Mingo Head. Mingo Head is the game's fighter training machine, and a fancy character who always greets the player when they return to the waiting room. He's not all show, however, but a valuable character who will raise a fighter's level for you. You'll receive experience for defeating enemies and eating mushrooms in the tower. By collecting experience, you can raise your fighter's level. The experience can only be used by the fighter who acquires it. So while other currencies are universal, experience is character specific. Leveling up. Upon returning to the waiting room, Mingo Head will absorb all the kill coins and splithium you collected. If you have enough experience to level him up, you can split the points between your 6 stats to become stronger. Hit points is your health. Strength, physical strength for non-ammo weapons. Dexterity is your firearm attacks. Vitality will influence your defensive capabilities. Stamina will affect the maximum level of your stamina gauge. Luck will influence the amount of kill coins you receive, as well as improving the chance of a critical hit every time you perform an attack. If cancelled, you can level up anytime by accessing the machine again. I almost said machine gun. That's a superhero drone. Why not? I like these little drawings. They make me kind of happy. So I killed one enemy basically so far. I have 4 experience. Leveling up requires 10. Now we know. Defeating my own past character was only worth 4. Oh my god, there's new ones everywhere. Oh, these machines are gonna have explanations now. Buffalo Bank. This is the bank that holds the kill coins you receive from treasure chests after defeating enemies. They will be automatically stored in the bank when you return to the waiting room in the tower. When you make a purchase at a store that accepts kill coins, the amount will be deducted from your bank. In the same way, the value of any items you sell will be added to your bank, so don't need to worry about withdrawing or depositing yourself. That's a bull superhero. Why is it an item in the inventory, though? I don't think you interact with it. So this is just where my coins are magically being stored, and they just felt the need to explain it as a physical location in the room, but I don't think it mechanically does anything. It's just It's just that my coins exist in an inventory, and they felt the need to tell me that it's there. Splithium tank. There's no need to worry about... yeah. Splithium is used for R&D. It's the same thing, but for Splithium. So that's where my 2 currencies are. The 2 non-premium currencies are being stored there. They must exist for a reason. Can other people steal from them? You're no use to me right now. Although, no, wait, actually, we do have kill coins.
Oh, how I've been waiting for you, fellow
So I can actually afford...
mushroom.
every single one here. I can even afford the really expensive looking one. It decreases the duration of a continuous damage taken when on fire. So I can afford all these. May not be worth it, but I can. Now we know that much.
There's no love, nothing makes sense.
Oh, it's you.
Unfortunately, I can't do much besides maybe sell off my pants. Or, I can sell my gun, too. Which is significantly more valuable.
Come back anytime.
So what's your deal? 99999, Vanishing Point. By accessing the Vanishing Point found in the center of your waiting room, you suspend your game and return to the hated arcade. The waters of the fountain will also heal your wounds and soothe your troubled soul. The arcade you're in now, in Takadanobaba, in the Shinjuku ward of Tokyo. The official Death Drive 128 is installed there. Uncle Death, age unknown, hobbies include skateboarding, video games, and golf. Calls the player senpai as a mark of respect, gamer to gamer. Talking to him will activate the Death Drive 128, allowing you to resume the game. Meijin, 21 years old, a pro gamer. We saw them in the background tapping away at a game. Contracted as a character for the official image of the Death Drive, he is proficient in many games and has already cleared this one 6 times. He's usually busy playing fighting games, but will give the player various hints during the game. Naomi Detox, 16 years old. That's the girl from that was on the motorcycle earlier, I think? Maybe not. No, I think she was blonde. 17 years old, a typical high school junior who works at the counter of the hated arcade. She's constantly texting on her cell phone. If you open the Death Drive compatible laptop D-Mate on the counter, you can take on quests in the game. Mother Barb, a unit which provides guidance on the Tower of Barbs via a diorama image. It will show information and explanations from the Tower of Barbs based on your progress in the game. And now the superhero's a plane. So that's how you heal. You walk onto this thing. Yay! So now I know. As suspected, I could go back to the base to heal without having to use my consumables, if that is such an option. If nothing else, I at least get to recover from my encounter with my own hater. That was me. Fighter Freezer. The characters the player controls in the game are called fighters. You could possess several at one time. The place where you store them is called the Fighter Freezer. Fighter type. There are 8 fighter types in the the player can control in the game. Each has its own number of skill, decal, and death bag slots, and will grow differently as it gets stronger. The mask equipped initially will also vary. All abilities are... the all-rounder. All abilities are balanced. Each attribute can be raised equally. Striker, specialized in close range attacks. Hit points and strength are prioritized. Defender, specialized in defense. HP and VIT are prioritized. Attacker, specialized in attacking, strength and dex. Shooter, shooting, HP and dex. Collector, specializes in collecting materials, death bag capacity is high, so no special stats, but they have bonus death bag space. Skill Master, specializes in skill expansion, has many skill decal slots. Lucky Star, increases, specializes in fate increase. Luck is prioritized, which means you can get more money. Select. You can now select a fighter in storage to switch with the fighter you are controlling. Campaign. You can send fighters on expeditions to attack other players. Fighters who are on expeditions are referred to as hunters and can earn kill coins, split them in equipment when they return to you. If hunters are equipped with gear developed in Chokufunsha, the durability will not decrease as they fight. However, if they use other equipment, the durability will go down steadily. The amount varies depending on the equipment. Watch out for red names. So apparently hunters are red names. If you see a fighter with a red name, it's a hunter. That somebody has sent after you. Make sure to take revenge against them when you find them. Settings. You can change the fighter's title and assign skill decals and manage their death bag and storeroom items disposal. You can get rid of them. You can get back splithium that are stored in the fighters. Purchasing fighters. There's a space on the rotating On the rotating hangars in the freezer, you can go to the fighter depot and purchase new fighters by selecting the monitor installed there. Salvage request. Using kill coins, you can request a hater retrieval. Although expensive, you'll be allowed to retrieve your equipped weapons and armor instead of losing them. There we go. That's a way to get your character back with their gear, because when I went after my own character, his gear broke, and now I'm just wearing shorts. His weapon and his armor both went away. Let's try checking out the inside now. There he is. So this is the one character we made at the beginning. He is an all-rounder. Eleanor, an all-rounder. Nobody. So I assume I'm playing as Eleanor right now. Let's check. Yep, Eleanor, she's also an all-rounder, so they're basically the same character as far as stats go. And he's level 1. And actually doesn't say his experience anywhere, I don't think. So he's on standby. They're being used right now. This slot's empty, so I can afford one more. Transferring to the fighter depot, so I can buy one here if I want to. We'll check into that later. So I can look into his death bag, but he's got nothing. I can change his decals, and he also does the ridiculous poses. Change his name. I'll probably never do that. Just go with it, unless they get the same name or something. I'm fine with what we got. Alright, so there's our backup character if I die. And that's where I can store other characters as we get more. I imagine sooner or later she's going to die, and I'm gonna have to try to use him to get back to where she was, to try to defeat her in combat, to get her back in the freezer, and we'll probably loop back and forth. And I'll slowly increase my pool of characters to make that more possible over time. Alright, I think this concludes our opening episode, guys. That's a different number right now, isn't it? I think it's counting down with hours and minutes. Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching like always, guys. See you next time, and if you're watching this any day besides the first day it came up, there should be a playlist in the description that helps you find more episodes in the future as we delve deeper into the Tower of Barbs.